Going on to all of you Scorpios out there. So we're gonna get into it. My tripod is broken. Ordered a new one. So immediately when the video starts, here comes another orb. Anyway, so for the Scorpios, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the World, the Strength, Two of Cups, Three of Swords, the Sun, Page of Cups, the Empress, and the Five of Swords. So the seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. If the phone falls, I'll just go ahead and pick it up, but whatever, because this tripod is broken. So that's why I'm saying come through and continue to get readings from me, so that way I can keep the show running, so that y'all can get what y'all want. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups and the World represents how so far from off the rip, what I'm seeing here is the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the World. The Six of Cups also, it usually represents someone coming in, someone coming back that you used to know, that you potentially could have got with, someone that you were with, but for whatever reason it didn't work out. The Seven of Pentacles is that they definitely want to come back, because the Seven of Pentacles is usually a card of value, right? Planting the seeds before and then watching them grow into full-on flowers or whatever kind of plant you grew. Now, why this is something in the first place is because the World, this person left a serious impression on you, obviously, because you knew them, you know them. You know how dysfunctional they can be. You were trying to get to know them the whole time, or some of you Scorpios were trying to get to know this person the whole time, but they didn't really have any kind of common sense, And Jordan Peterson is talking about this type of stuff, how it is that a lot of people, nowadays, they're really not all the way there. And, I was saying this before Jordan Peterson, but I'm glad that Jordan Peterson, being more famous, actually highlighted this. A lot of people who call themselves playing games, and I've said this before numerous times, Scorpio, they're not that bright. They're not all the way up there. Because in order for you to play games, you can't be sane. You can't have a stable mindset. That's the whole point. In order for you to do the type of stuff that you do, playing all these games, dedicating how much time out of your life to do all that type of stuff, you're not there. You have a vacant mind. You're not really there, right? The body is occupied by a different entity, if you catch my drift. But we may get into that later. But the Strength and the Two of Cups represent, so as a result, these are, you still think that they're up to something. To them, they may be coming back and telling you that, they want to get back together. But you Scorpios are like, yeah, but up underneath what conditions? Have they changed? The Three of Swords and the Sun represents, you understand why, you Scorpios understand why you had to leave in the first place. You had to leave because these people were dysfunctional to you. It's not to say that they gave this relationship a chance. You had to leave because you were heartbroken at how the delusions that people would play with themselves. They had an issue. They tried to make everything an issue with you. Everything was some sort of issue. The better you treated them is the worse, unfortunately, they treated you. So, of course, you're not necessarily going to feel very comfortable about it. So what happens? The Sun card, you're better off without these people. Eventually, with enough time that went by, a lot of you Scorpios understand that it's best. It's what's better for you. Because to be with these people, to be what? To be like this, Three of Swords, heartbroken. To be miserable. Because these people don't have a very good grip on themselves or have a good grip on reality at all. You know, delusional people, people who the lights are on and there's nobody home, delusional people always in their minds always think of themselves as being victims, and always think of themselves as individuals that are doing the right thing. It is a crusade for them. So, and they always come up with an excuse, right? This is the reason why it is that they had to do it, because to them they're justified. Then the things that the Page of Cups now represents, the delusion that I was talking about. The Empress and the Five of Swords, some of you Scorpios may have gone back to them. Or, no, scratch that. No. Some of you Scorpios wanted to know why you should go back to them. And they essentially got angry or upset with you and started talking trash. Just for you Scorpios asking why. Because this isn't about you Scorpios going back fully. This is about you Scorpios wanting to know why. What was up? What was going on in this person's life that they created such a big change to now they come back and they want to make things work with you? What's up? And like I said, the Five of Swords, they didn't even want to hear that. They didn't even want you questioning them. So it just shows you that they ultimately didn't change. If you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There's a link in the comment section called a link tree. Click on it. It'll redirect you to my social media outlets in ways you can support me, from my Instagram, my Instagram page, to the books that I have that are on Amazon, my website, right, for private tarot readings, as well as my clothing store, and my email address is there too. You can contact me at Kareemspiritworks, yahoo.com if you need any kind of help. So I just want to say thank you. But just beware of that, you know? And this is why I'm such a strong advocate for not really going back with your exes, because most people today, like I said before, most people are too proud to go get, I wanted to say something. Most people are too proud to understand that there's something wrong with them. They're not even, they're so caught up. They're not even aware. Let's clarify the sun. They're not even aware of how delusional they are, is what I'm trying to say. I was about to say some serious stuff, but it's very simple and true, but I'm going to refrain from saying it, right? Because I was there at one point thinking of that mentality. And you know what it is that I had to do to slow myself down? I had to, first and foremost, really pay attention. I had to question myself and pay attention to that mindset of why is it that when I create some sort of argument with the people who I say that I love and all this stuff, why am I making up excuses for me making an argument? And that, why do I feel justified? Why? And I had to really sit down and really ask myself that question, right? So let's clarify the sun. But I had to really sit down and ask myself that question, like, am I tripping? Am I really the one that's bugging out? And then when I really realized, okay, yeah, I can see where it is that I'm bugging. I can see what's going on. I can see what's going on. This, that, and the third. I had to learn to relax off of that, because the direction that I was going in, getting into arguments with my family members a lot, it was making them stressed out, and I was stressed out too. Because I believed something that wasn't there, and I was always making up an excuse as to why it made sense, trying to be the detective. So a lot of the times, people who have this mentality, they are aware that they're doing it, but they are not aware of how they're actually the person in the situation that's doing the disrespecting, right? So to clarify the sun, you have the Emperor, the King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Chariot. So yeah, so the Emperor is that they are up underneath the false assumption that you did something wrong. But this is the mentality of how a lot of people think who have that mindset. The King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Chariot represents you may not have necessarily done anything wrong to them, but what you are doing wrong, I would say overall, is you're sticking up underneath them. You're still hanging around them. You still need to leave them. You still need to leave them alone. You still need to let them be. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to stop, right? Like if you keep going back, they're not going to stop. They're not going to, I'm not saying that you're going back now. What I'm saying is that if you were to ever go back, the situation is going to be worse, Scorpio. And the reason why it's going to be worse is because they will have assumed that you're there hanging out with them, that is, for nefarious reasons. See, one of the reasons why it is I'm qualified to talk about this was because remember how it is that I told y'all that I had lost my sense of self, and I was going down that same road too. So I can walk myself back to that time and then come out of the maze again, right? Of that thought process, because I was there. And I know how a lot of these people think, and I'm trying to, and what I'm saying to you is they're not all the way there. They're not. Because at that point in time, I wasn't all the way there. Because whatever it is, because let me explain to you the mentality, right? To just simplify it. The mentality is what it is the mind state that these people are on is that they're always thinking about the dysfunctional stuff that's plaguing them. They're always thinking about it. And so everything throughout the day is about, well, oh, did you do this because of this, that, and the third? Did you do this because of this, that, and the third? Meanwhile, those people that they are encountering, whether it's relationship in your case, whether it's friendship, whether it's this, whether it's that, they're attaching that issue that they are having with what it is that they're thinking about. And they're not seeing a part of themselves as, wow, I'm really bugging. I'm making a part of a particular situation that ain't even have anything to do with this person, something about myself that they are not even a part of. What is going on with me? This is how people who have that mentality think. This is where the games come from. The paranoia, making everything about the particular problem that they're having, and it's driving them to a point where they don't even know what's real and what's fake anymore. And that's what it is. So if you go back to these people, what's going to happen is they're going to find themselves, let's clarify the Five of Swords. They're going to find themselves in particular situations where now these types of people are hyper suspicious. So anything good that happens to them, anything good that happens to them, they're doubtful because they're hyper suspicious. The better you treat them is the more they become suspicious. This person thinks this person is playing games with me. This person is gonna, do something to me. This person, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. This is how they're thinking, right? So now they have a resentment where it's this person is trying to plot on me, aren't they? So to clarify the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is, so you need to understand that it's not necessarily about just you. It's about the problems that they have, Scorpio. And that if they don't learn to stop, see, this is why it is I tell y'all to take a break. Because when you take a break, that programming, it actually gives you time for you to actually really start to check in with yourselves. Because that's how I stopped it. I checked in and I was like, I was like, am I the one bugging? And then I started to replay the situation, right? Thinking about what I had done, the arguments that I would start. And then I'm like, yeah, I was bugging. And then then I made the decision. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to be on this like that, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to change. And every day it led to my empowerment, my better health, to now, here I am today. And see, this is why taking a break is so important. This fast, go, go, go. And nobody wants, I ain't going to say nobody, but a lot of people don't want to listen because of that hyper suspicious mentality, right? They know that they are aware that they're doing it to you, but they are unaware of how out of control they actually are. Because they are misinterpreting every situation. They're constantly misinterpreting it because of their hyper suspicion. So the Queen of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, yes, these people did do you wrong, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to get through to them because they're going to be hyper suspicious that you're playing games with them. Even when they try to make it seem as if they changed. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands represents, this is them not listening to anything that you're saying. And the more you try to help them is the more caught up they're going to be. Because the way that that type of mindset works is that they always need to turn around what it is that you're doing onto you, right? That's how I know that a lot of these trolls and a lot of these people online, there's something wrong going up there. Because I was there. But I pulled myself out of it, which with much more benefits because of, it was a part of the magic ritual and stuff like this. But I was there and I pulled myself out of that, thankfully, by relaxing, by taking time, by understanding that what's necessary is a break. Sometimes you can't be on it every minute of the day. You're not supposed to do that. Every single day, you're supposed to take time out of your schedule to relax. Gives you time to reflect. That's why it is that I don't watch so much TV anymore. But when you have the mentality of go, 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 this is what it is that you get. So I just want you Scorpios to understand that fact. I really do. And understand that, whether it's with yourself, you need to take a break. And what I mean when I say take a break, learn to love yourself and just be, and just understand when it's a good time to slow down. Every single day you're supposed to slow down. After when you're finished with your work, let's just say you have a normal work schedule. When you finish with your work, right? Don't turn on the TV because all of that noise and all that other type of stuff is messing with your psyche too. Have silence. Having silence actually promotes healthy brain function. Don't do anything. And that silence is a form of meditation. This is what Virgo represents. That silence is a form of meditation because now you actually get to reflect and think about the things that you're consciously doing, your things that you are aware of. And this also helps you to understand the futility of it. This is why I say to y'all, watch my videos all the way through. Because if you think you know where I'm gonna go, you don't. You don't. And not only that too, but you may be missing some serious information. So that's just something to think about. Now with these other people, right, the way they're not slowing down, they're not planning on slowing down. So they're caught up in the abyss like we've been talking about. But that's pretty much it for now. I could keep going with this and keep getting deeper and deeper, but I'm not even gonna go there yet. Scorpio is a zodiac sign for me that doesn't really get too many views. I like Scorpio. I love Scorpios. A couple of the people who I was seeing had Scorpio placements, I should say, because Scorpio is strong, period. But had Scorpio placements. But a lot of you Scorpios don't really watch the videos. But at the same time, I still love y'all nonetheless. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. As of right now, we're coming up on 5,000. Really appreciate y'all.